Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Hagenstead map. Let's get back to reliving the glory days. Right into the shop, there we go. And I want to go to self-propelled mowers, and it's this one right here, the Profi Hopper. This is something that we used to have in now the global positioning system. I can get that 15,000. I'm not going to do that. This is a machine we used to be able to get in FS13. Alright, the Profi Hopper started life here in this game. Okay, I'm going to buy that one for 5,900. It's on dollars. It shouldn't be on dollars, should it? It should be on euros. Let's change that. Let's go to U. Euros. There we go. Right. We've spent 5,900 euros on our brand shiny new Profi Hopper, and I've been using this one since FS13. I've been using this one a lot, and the fantastic thing about it is that it was cheap. You could get it cheap then. And what you do is you'd go along and you'd buy it, and then you'd be able to go and mow strips of grass next to your fields and use that grass to just top up your money a little bit. So the other way, of course, was that you could use this one. If you took one and you parked it near the golf course or near the campsite, you would get a mission every so often to go and do some mowing. So you'd use this one to do the mowing, and then you could earn like a little bit of extra money by doing the mowing as well, which was, again, it was really, really good to be able to go and do that. It was absolutely fantastic. Mowing missions earned you a bit of money. That they weren't too bad. It was quite nice to be able to do a little bit of mowing with them. The rest of the time doing mowing wasn't all that great. Right, you earn some money doing it, but it wasn't all that great. Now, if there wasn't a sell point for grass and bales and stuff right here on the farm, and I have gotten this horribly wrong, I really, really apologize for this. I'm so certain that there was a sell point here. I'm positive that this was a sell point on the edge of the farm. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong on this. Now, I'm going to stop there. We need to go home and we need to sleep for the night. So we'll run up here and then we will start up our little Profi Hopper. And we will do a little bit of mowing. Running around, doing some mowing. Gather up some grass. Now that Profi Hopper has been adjusted. I have gone and made some alterations to it. Right. I'm pressing R to sleep. How do I sleep? Seriously. I wanna sleep. I gotta be able to sleep here somewhere. How do I sleep? Is this like a thing where it's not gonna let me actually sleep the night? I wonder if that's a thing. Visit. Right. If I visit... No, I'm pressing R and I'm not getting the option to skip the night come up. Right, there should be an option in here. There's none of those mods. I don't want those mods for the minute. We will use them. Let's have a torch. See where we're going. What about back here? Nope. Definitely not. Okay, we do have some options for this. We're not beaten yet. Well, it's telling me that I got the farmhouse right there. That says 240,000 though. And the farmhouse is what you use to be able to sleep the night. So apparently I cannot skip the night at the moment. And skipping the night is an important thing for me to be able to do. I want to be able to do this. Garage, let's have a look. Well, that says 12. I should be able to then. Maybe the one that's on the map doesn't have the option active or something. Maybe there's something to do with that. It could be. There could be a thing here. Now, there is another mod, but I don't think I've actually got that one activated which is the deck chair mod that allows you to skip the night. And I don't think I've got that one on here. It's not under miscellaneous. I thought it would have been farmhouses or miscellaneous. It might be that I just don't have that particular mod active at the moment. If I don't, and so, oh, there's the farm garage. Yeah, that's just doesn't have anything with it, does it? It's purely for decorative purposes. And I'm looking through these other options here. Right. Yeah, it doesn't look like we've got an option to actually skip the night, so we are back to the good old-fashioned FS13 method of doing things, where you just speed up time. I mean, this is what I used to do. You couldn't skip the night back in FS13. There was no option to do it. You just put time going really, really fast and left it at that. That's what I used to do anyway. Right, well, in which case, what we'll do is we'll go over here and we'll do a little bit of mowing. We will start doing some mowing. Now, I don't actually remember where you could do mowing and where you couldn't, but I've got grass going into here. We will fill up 2,400 litres into this one, get a nice little strip of grass, and then we will take that and we will sell it in our brand shiny new barn. Let me reverse around here a little bit. He seems to be going quite slow. Like, slower than I expected him to. At least he's filling up pretty quick. We've got 1,000 litres of grass on board already. It's just gone midnight. We've got 15,000 euros to our name. The steering on this thing is, like, a little bit strange. Like, you can oversteer and understeer really, really easily. Now, I've got the crop growing on fast speed, so it should be ready for cutting before too long. The other thing I'm thinking is, have I got this wrong with the... I don't think I've got this wrong, as far as the grass is concerned. Because I remember going along the side of some fields up by the cows, and... you know, getting some grass for them up there. Right, so that's done now. So I lift that you gotta just sort of you bring it along like this. Now this one's got two options for tipping. Okay, I can high tip side low at the moment. So if I do that now, tip side high. Actually, I think I need to press it to select. Right, it's on tip side, and if I press it again, it will tip. Select that one. So I'm going to select the tip side high. I'm going to sit and wait for morning so we can see this a bit better. It is 5:30 in the morning, and I see our field of grain is ripe and ready to start harvesting. The light is turning up very soon. Let's just jump off of that one a minute, and we can watch the sun coming up. The sun comes up from over in the direction of the moon, apparently. Oh no, the sun will come up over there. Let me move out this way a little bit. There's the sun coming up in all its fabulous glory. There we go. I'm going to keep it going until about 9 o'clock, because then, you know, there's the sun coming up. Right there, you can just see it now popping up over the horizon and lending a bit of light to everything around us, which is absolutely fantastic. That is 7:20 and still climbing. It's getting brighter and brighter. I can turn the light off on this thing now. And we can also tip this way. You know what? I think we might just go to 8 o'clock and stop. Although it's the whole, like, the way the morning mist is still here and diffusing the light a lot. You've got to wait until, like, 9 o'clock before that diffusion sort of stops and it goes to a brighter day. I mean, it does look quite accurate. Like, this whole diffusion thing here with the sunlight on it. I did see, like, quite a few people complaining about that, saying it was unrealistic. But, like, a lot of mornings, especially in summer when it's hot weather, I've worked in a lot of places where that is pretty accurate. It sort of does pretty much look like that everywhere you look. It's just like the morning mist is just keeping everything looking like that. So I guess it depends on where you are in the world as to how accurate it looks. Right, let's start tipping this out. We got 2,400 litres and I got 15,581. That's actually tip side low at the moment. So that's tipping out a little bit in there. We've got our full hopper of grass, and what did I say, 15,581 was it? I think it was 581. And finish 15,986. 405 euros for one hopper load of grass. So you can get it, you can sort of start to appreciate the time that it would take to fill anything up. Now, of course, grass does behave differently now. Any growth stage doesn't just automatically mow off, although I don't remember if... I really don't remember the mechanics of FS13 at all. I'm spinning right round there really fast. It's like there's something here on this bit that's causing me to slip and slide around a little bit. I just want to get a little bit more. Maybe one more lot, just for a second. Get that out of there, and spin round like this. Tidy up a bit. Yeah, I'm definitely sliding. This is why my vehicle's not quite so good with the steering, is because it's actually sliding. Look at the sliding it's doing. It shouldn't be doing that. I don't know why. I don't know why it's slipping around that much. It's probably because it's the way that it unfolds is probably like dropped down just a little bit, tiny bit too far or something, and that's causing some difficulties. That would be my guess. That would be my guess on this. Now, the golden rule with FS13 was you didn't sell any crops until you had a great demand for them. Right? You kept everything in store unless you absolutely had to. You kept it until you had a great demand. Now, great demands, obviously, they work differently these days. You don't get any... Like, a great demand used to be, it was like you get up to like, double what the original amount was. So if I press U now, we'll have the high tip function. And I really like the high tip function on this one. So I'm just going to bring that one in there, and we're going to unload. So it lifts it right up in the air like that. And then it does the tipping out. And this is absolutely brilliant for going and loading an animal's trough. So I used to use this one when I started off with getting cows, when I started just building up a few cows. Get this one up to where the cows are, and then start working on those up there. And this is what I would use to keep my first few animals fed. I didn't have to worry about anything else, just had to make sure I got this one. And water wasn't a consideration then either, you didn't have to worry about it. Okay. 405. So we've earned $810 doing a little bit of mowing right there. 810 euros, which is not too shabby. We did have to go and spend... Let's just lift that one up a minute. I'm going to lift that one up and push it right out like that. There we go. We did have to go... It was a Massey Ferguson. I think it was a Massey Ferguson that we had in the game, the first combine that we had. Not that that particularly matters, but yeah, that's what we had. What have I got here? I want to enable straw swath. Why aren't you... where's your option for enabling or disabling the straw swath? I don't think it's got the option to change it. Right, well, I'll bring this one along here, and I'll line it up so that he's ready to start rolling, and we will press H like that. Oh, no, I don't want the hired help extension on this. I want standard, normal hired help on this. I'm going to bring you over there, and just press H, and we will have a row of straw. At least I hope we will. Yes! Excellent. Right, we've got a row of straw being left behind, and we have got wheat in the field that we're harvesting. We just got to make sure that we can go up alongside the trees here for the first pass. I shouldn't need to do anything down the far end of the field to allow us to get by. I should just be able to, you know, like with the tree over there, I shouldn't need to worry about that one either. We should just be able to keep going with this all the way up through, and it is reaching all of the grain that is there growing as well. Excellent. Right. So all we got to do now is we got to go... You can stay there for a minute. We'll use this tractor, and we need to get our... Where's our trailer? Oh, our trailer's still down at the shop. Right. We'll go for a little bit of a run, and we'll go and get our shop. We'll go and get our tractor from down... trailer from down there. No, wait. No, it's not. It's in here. That's where we left it. We used it, didn't we? We used it to go and sell some grain. We do have a loan. Now, I don't remember if the game started with a loan or not. By the time you see this, I have no doubt that some people have told me about whether or not we had a loan, because that was stuff that I was asking about last week. So, I'm quite happy that we started off by spending money on this shed. That is quite acceptable as far as I'm concerned. Just to, like, correct things and put the sell point back here. We haven't got any other sell points around for grass, which used to be a common feature in the game. You will see it in the top left-hand corner. I've now got the vehicle... I think it's just called the vehicle HUD. Pretty sure it's called the vehicle HUD. Just shows you everything that's running on the farm. Absolutely invaluable. There is one that's got something to do with animals as well, I think, but I'm not sure if I got that one. I don't remember if I've activated that one or not. Now, if I pull up alongside this combine, we'll unload as we drive along. And keep you running. There we go. He's just working like normal workers do. And the other thing that we want to do is we want to go and get a forage wagon so that we can get the straw that is on the ground and then we can sell it. Now, unfortunately, we no longer have the money to do that because we've gone and bought the sell point for said straw. So we've kind of complicated the issue a little bit by doing that. We're going to have to work around this. Now, at the moment, if we go and have a look in here, we don't have any vast... We got the barn here, which is 113 for grass. Oh, no, there. The Edge Black Baler's barn. That's 168. That's actually the highest amount that we can get. Hay can be sold there for the most... Whereas we got to go to the transport company to get the most for straw. Although I'm happy to get my 137 for hay from there, so we can just leave it there and not worry about going further afield. Now we've also got some corn right there. We've got 1,300 being offered for corn at the ranch, which I think is pretty high. 2,000. Oh, 2,000. Well, I've already sold those. Transport companies 2,200. I don't know. I can't remember what I sold it for now. I got 12,000 liters of canola right there, and I'm being offered $2,000 for that down in the port, which I think is a pretty good price. Oats over here, 1,900 and still climbing for at the restaurant. And then barley, we've got 1,000 at the restaurant still climbing. Wheat is 1,100. And that's stopped. Wheat is not changing. So what I could do is I could take a trailer full of wheat from here, run it straight down to the restaurant, and sell it for whatever we can get. That's going to get us another $10,000, another 10,000 euros, which I think is pretty good. So then if we go and have a look in here, loading wagons, and it was the old-fashioned loading wagon that we wanted. It was this one here. This is 25,000. So we'll be able to afford the old-fashioned loading wagon if we go and take a trailer full of wheat. That does mean, once again, not waiting for any kind of great demand. But with FS19, great demands don't work like they used to. So this may end up being the most sensible option. It may definitely end up being the most sensible option. Right, that one is still running along. We didn't quite empty it out last time. I'm sort of thinking that if I grab that, I can then work in the field with the combine. We can put the trailer on the small tractor, because he'll easily be able to keep up with the combine without any trouble. And then the bigger tractor here, this one we can put it onto the forage wagon that we go and buy, which we can use for picking up all the straw. I think that might be our best option to start off with. If we run it like that. We've got the oats sitting there that looking like we could go and sell those. I don't really want to run all the way down to the port at the moment. We're just one trailer load. I'm not sure that that's really worth the very, very long trip. I mean, I suppose it might be. We'll wait and see on that one. Right, I'm gonna run this over to our store right here. I'm going to completely fill it up with wheat, and then we run that down to the restaurant. Right, 1,100 right there at the restaurant. That's pretty good, I'd say. Oats are still climbing, but I think we could end up doing a quick trip with the oats as well. At 1,900 and still climbing, I'd say there's a pretty good chance that we're going to be able to use that to make a bit more cash. So that's definitely another option. And let's just climb in. Let's just step in under there. We've got 1,500 litres of wheat in there. Now we've got about 10,000 litres of wheat. So I want to run this down to the restaurant. Sell that. Bring this one back. This trailer then gets transferred over onto the other tractor. And we'll use it. We'll keep it running on the other tractor. And then I will... what will I do then? I'm just wondering which way I should go. I'm going all over the place here. I'm just wondering if I should turn left here. I won't turn left at the moment. We'll wander up this way. I'm seriously considering getting a second trailer. That's what I'm umming and ahhing about right now, is whether I get a second trailer. Like, if I was to get a second one, we're able to road train a little bit more effectively. We can take our goods to market a lot more effectively as well. However, it does cost money. That means I'll have to go and do another trip to the market before I can get the trailer. So, I'm not sure about that one. We'll wait. We won't get a second trailer just yet. We'll run this down to the restaurant. We will sell this wheat. We will come back. We'll keep that harvest running. The other tractor, the small tractor, that one will take over doing the grain carting. We'll run down to the shop. We will get our forage wagon, and we will work on that as well. Generally speaking, I think things are going to go fairly smoothly. But the only other, the other thing that we've still got to do is, we've then got to be able to do all of our next round of planting. So we've only got 2 tractors. I mean, we'll be able to have, we can get one of them working fairly quickly. We just need to get the cultivating going. It just takes a while. I'm wondering if we want to be getting tree felling machinery and start moving the tree that is there, the trees that are on the corner of the field, to make it bigger again yet, or if we hold off for a bit. Kind of thinking it might be better to hold off for a bit on that one. If we just wait a little bit longer and then do the whole tree felling thing in a little while. Maybe when we've bought a little bit more land first. I'm not sure about that one. I haven't quite made my mind up what to do about the tree felling. We will do tree felling. I mean, I haven't decided yet if we're going to actually use the new feature of tree felling and do that to make money, or if we just buy the Bruks Daddy chipper and chip, stump grind, remove everything all at once and not make any money out of the trees. So I'm kind of like torn between the two at the moment, and I haven't made my mind up on that one. That's one that I'm still thinking about, considering my various options. I like the idea of making some money, and I guess that if we were to do that, then, you know, it could be argued that because we don't get the great demands that we used to, you used to get great demands that would give you double the normal amount of money. So if you timed it right, you'd make an absolute fortune from a great demand. You would make a absolute killing on a great demand. It was fantastic. You could really, really make a lot of money. And if you were so inclined, you could also take a quick look into the file so that you could predict the future. You could see what great demands were coming up next, and therefore you would be able to grow the appropriate crops a few times in advance and really cash in on a great demand. It was entirely possible to do that if you wanted to. I think I did one save where I refused to do that, but I usually did look ahead so that I could get a rough idea of what I should be planting. If I go into here, I go to the loading wagons, and we go to the crone right here. I don't want crone, actually. I'm wanting manufacturer crone class. Right, class red, class black. The only difference is that bit back there. So then we got to go for colors Pottinger, Gruber, Pottinger, class green, like that, and then white would be the only one that we want. It would be white like that, with the class color in red, and that would be red as well. There's our class colorings. That's the one that I want, because that's like the one that used to be on the farm that I was born on. So that's what I would like right there. I'm not going to change anything else. I'm just going to leave that as just as it is. And we're going to buy that one for 25,500 euros, like that. Come out of there. Now, the big question is, can I hook that one onto the back of this trailer? We will find out in a second. I will bring this trailer over here. It's very difficult to do it because I don't have like a bit of a run in front to be able to like straighten the trailer out a bit. So I got to do it like this, and that makes it a little tiny bit more tricky for me because I'm not very good at reversing any of these trailers anyway, especially when I've got oh, that's close enough. That's close enough. That counts. That counts. We'll take that as a success. And we will run this one up here. Okay, so the PTO shaft isn't actually doing anything, but it's not supposed to. We're just dragging this thing back home. That's all we're doing. We're just putting it on the tractor, and we're dragging this bad boy back home. As soon as we've got it back home, then we can unhitch stuff, and we can hitch stuff up, and we can go and do our next jobs. So bring you back in here. Success! There we go. There is our success story. We can bring in the new toys. So we've gone and sold a little bit of wheat. We've got this new toy here. We've got a brand new black barn in there. We've got new Pottinger mower over. Okay, this is actually looking pretty good. We got lots of stuff now. Look at that. Look at us. We're successful. I'll dump the class thingy right there and dump that one right there. Just move this out the way a second. Bring you over here. And then I will run over this way. We're going to leave the fertilizer spinner right where it is. So I'll lower that one down there and drop that one off there. And then I can go and get the trailer on. Run over to the combine and get that unloaded. Now, driving on the crop. I realise that's not realistic, but I'm not doing this series to be about realism. I'm doing this series to be about how I used to play the game. So, I wouldn't... I think we've relived enough glory days just for a moment. We're going to take a breather. We're going to have a little bite to eat. And then we can get back to it, nice and refreshed, and relive a few more glory days. There should be some names coming up right now that you can have a look at. It's names of people who are in the Great Book of Names, people who have supported this channel, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.